15 years. With the school year here, A1 Automotive reminds you that college students get 10% off any service, and they offer free tire repair with a valid college ID. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive or downtown at 11th and L.
Western Sand and Gravel is hiring for a variety of positions at their sand and gravel plants near Ashland. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Available positions include plant operators, dredge operators, and shop service technicians. They offer great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, paid holidays, and paid time off. No matter your experience level, on-the-job training is available to help you build a rewarding career with Western Sand and Gravel. Start your career today. Visit westernsand.com.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Western Sand and Gravel is hiring for a variety of positions at their sand and gravel plants near Ashland. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Available positions include plant operators, dredge operators, and shop service technicians. They offer great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, paid holidays, and paid time off. No matter your experience level, on-the-job training is available to help you build a rewarding career with Western Sand and Gravel. Start your career today. Visit westernsand.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Advanced Medical Imaging is hosting their third annual Breast Cancer Awareness Walk on October 11th at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. Hear inspiring stories from survivors, enjoy local food truck vendors, a live DJ, and other family-friendly activities as we unite to bring awareness about breast cancer. Check-in begins at 8:30 a.m. with the walk starting at 9. Register your team today for Advanced Medical Imaging's third annual Breast Cancer Awareness Walk online at amimaging.com. Let's walk for those we've lost, for those still fighting, and for a future without breast cancer.
Welcome in to Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Bill Mitchner.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome.
Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Okay, well, yeah, it is Wednesday.
Yeah.
Week and a half away from our event, too. So.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited.
It's coming. Well, I mean, excited, nervous, those.
I don't got to do as much planning as you. That's why I'm more excited, I think. But
I mean, or Michelle. Michelle's she's doing all the heavy lifting.
She's strong, though.
She's strong. She's definitely strong, for sure.
That's one that can do the heavy lifting,
Yeah, they have a higher pain tolerance than us men, too.
And if you don't know, the event we're talking about is our 35th anniversary, which is on the 22nd.
August 22nd.
Yep. And big celebration over at the Cornhusker Hotel. Going to be pretty fun. Good
food, going to be fun.
Good people, good event, good organizers, decent organizers, run by great people. Speaking of great people.
Yeah. I mean, we have a community partner here tonight, and super excited because we have quite a history together. And even with the organization itself has been very involved with Lighthouse over the years. So
for sure. If you don't know, we do have Stevens and Smith here. We have Mr. Brett. I keep someone to say it wrong. Brett Richert here.
Richert,
yeah.
It's like
he's
Richard,
Richert
but
with a
with
T.
T.
I think that's even how I said it when I told, and I still somehow said it wrong. But he was the VP of Stevens and Smith, who's been in Lincoln since 1971. I actually kind of did some research on though. You were started by two high school friends, which I think is kind of cool. That turned into a vision of honest work and a local construction staple. And Brett, he carries that legacy today, and we're glad to have him here.
Thanks for inviting me.
You know, it's really crazy. I worked for Stevens and Smith, and he was the supervisor of my supervisor, and
your boss's boss.
Yeah.
Crazy how that all worked out.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you know, I go to church one day and I speak at the church, and there he is.
Yeah.
Again. So
can't lose me.
He's always watching. My boss's boss is always watching still.
And then it gets crazier. Peyton works for Stevens and Smith currently, and he's on the commercial crew. So wild.
Carrying that mission or legacy.
It is.
You can't get rid of them, huh?
I'm not sure concrete construction is Peyton's career calling, but we sure enjoy having him while we got him. So.
The hard work is his career, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely not probably his career calling. However, he's telling me he plans on coming back next summer. So
great.
He likes it enough to work hard and makes enough money. And we're going to talk a little bit about the trades and stuff tonight and that importance. But
one thing the Lighthouse has kind of been getting into a lot more the last few years is that trades and industry program, and partnering with Smith and Stevens has been Stevens Smith. I keep not want to say Stephen A. Smith. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Stephen Smith, and partnering with them has been just amazing. I was just talking to a few of our girls in the homework room, and they're like, "What are you doing for the radio today?" And I was talking about the construction, and they're like, "Oh, from when we did when we were over there learning about the," and I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh, I had so much fun doing that." So it's kind of cool to see two of the girls in the homework room talking.
And they've been so involved that at our old facility on 25th and N, so just across the street where the gas station is, they were responsible for pouring the concrete in the back for the basketball court.
Even before that, we poured the foundation for the building you're in.
Dang.
Well, no, that's after that.
Oh, so that's after that?
Because that's our new building.
Oh, okay.
And yes, you were involved in the construction of our new building. But over at the older building, the brick building that is no longer there, that was the basketball court those guys were part of.
It's decades with us, basically. You know, it's decades.
Oh, yeah.
That's the 35th anniversary. You guys have been there since the beginning, basically. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Which kind of leads my first question for you is like, what do you think it takes for an organization like Lighthouse, like Stevens and Smith to last as long as it's been lasting? Because, you know, it started off as two friends, you know, and like, I'm sure those two friends weren't sitting there thinking, oh, in 2025, we're going to be building schools and we're going to be putting concrete down for after school programs. Like, I'm sure it was a surprise for you.
Yeah. I think there's several things to long-term success. Number one is you have to be passionate and love what you do. And if you don't, you're just kind of wasting your time. But if you enjoy what you're doing, you're going to be successful. I think you need to be honest.
Yeah.
I think you need to treat people fairly.
Yeah.
And along with that, surround yourself with good people. We couldn't do what we do without good staff, and even like a Lighthouse, you got to have guys like yourself that, you know, enjoy being around the kids and mentoring them. And so it's kind of a complete package. You know, it takes a little bit of everything.
But you also are kind of hinting towards something. You also have to do good work.
Yeah.
Because without the good work, people aren't going to keep hiring you guys.
Yeah.
Kids aren't going to keep coming back to Lighthouse if we're not doing good work.
Yeah, there's the results.
Yeah.
One thing that kind of learned recently with Jeremy, who's been like a mentor to me in back at Lighthouse, and he's just taught me so much about just like construction and just honestly every trade. He feels like an expert on everything. And one thing that kind of like broke the stereotype for me is how eager he was to teach. Like he loved teaching the kids how to use it properly, how to build this properly. And like when I was a kid, like my dad was very handy. He taught me, but I'd also see my friends' parents just being like yelling at him, why are you not doing it right? It's like, he doesn't know. And then I see Jeremy do it, and I'm like, that's how you teach somebody how to hammer. You don't just give it a hammer and just start hammering. You show them why it's this way, why it's flat, what that part does. Like, that's one thing that I've kind of took for granted, I think, is the knowledge, how easy it is to teach somebody.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that when you're training people or when you're hiring people, that you're like, okay, is this person going to be able to spread this knowledge to somebody else?
Yeah. I think that's one of the keys to keeping employees is showing an interest in them and that you actually care.
Yeah.
And you put a little effort towards them. and it's not just a job. It's like, here, let's do it correctly. And if you don't train them, they're not going to work out. And
but they got to take pride in what they're doing too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah,
If they're not taking pride, then you're not connected to the work, and you're probably not getting the best product out of it either.
yeah,
You have to want to do what you're doing.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super important.
Oh yeah, construction especially,
Yeah. If you,
because you're
Yeah.
outside,
Yeah.
and it's hot or it's raining or snowing. I mean, there's lots of elements that you got to deal with, and
yeah, and other people and
other people.
yeah, I
You
mean,
got to deal with other people.
well, I feel like that's a big underappreciated
sure.
part of that working as a crew and working
Yeah.
together and being a team. Because I mean, say what you will, whoever the best builder is, doesn't matter if they can't explain it to the person
Yeah.
who's actually going to do it.
That's part of the fun of it. Is you talked about the crew, and longer you work together, you get some camaraderie, and
Right.
you know each other's strengths and where people are supposed to be and what they're doing, and that's the fun part, is the relationships.
I feel like in every job, building that camaraderie is always what everybody always talks about when they leave a job. Is like, I'm going to miss my coworkers the most.
Right.
I feel like, does that happen a lot in the construction world? Like, if you were to leave construction, when you go to a different construction company, do you feel like people come back like, oh, I missed the crew over at Smith?
Probably more than you think.
Yeah.
Somebody's kind of in a rut. They think they need a change, or the grass is greener someplace. And after a few months or maybe a couple years, they come back and say, it's pretty good here, and miss the guys and miss what I was doing. And when they come back, they usually stick for a long time.
Always cool to see people come back and pick right up where they left off. That happens at Lighthouse all the time. People are always like, yep, I think I've done as much as I can, but they're like, nope, never mind, I can do way more. And they come right back and they're wanting to keep coming. I love it.
Yeah.
So SNS is going to be represented at our event next week.
Yeah.
I'm missing a name or two on there.
Yeah. I apologize, Bill. I was excited when you reached out to me about it, and heck yeah, we'll do it. And I went home and told my wife we're going, because she always enjoys going. And she goes, that's the same night as we have volleyball tickets down at Pinnacle for the Huskers. And so it's like, so can't do it all.
Whoa. Kids are more important. And you can go Sunday to that event too.
Yeah.
And we play Stanford that Sunday, I believe. Is that right, Harrison?
We do.
Yeah, it's at Stanford right after.
Yeah.
I always have to bring in Harrison,
Okay.
he's got to bring in the sports side of it for me, right?
Yeah, I mean, hey, you can't blame Husker volleyball. I mean, especially trying to convince the wife not to go. I mean, that's a tough road right
Husker
there.
volleyball, Bill Michener.
Yeah.
It's still about even though,
I mean, close, really, really close.
We're playing Pitt, Bill. I mean, come on.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
He had to flip a coin, and then he's like, sorry,
It
I
was a
lost the
double-sided
flip.
coin.
Yeah.
No, one thing that, like we talked about Jeremy earlier in the tip program, you guys kind of have been working together pretty good for the last year now. What kind of got you guys together? What brought you into working with Lighthouse?
Bill, obviously, we do have a relationship, goes back a long ways. And I believe in Lighthouse and what they do, and it's easy to get behind them and support it. And, the tips program feeds right into what we do, and vice versa. And we've done, I think, a couple different things with them. We did a concrete 101, and you were talking about the little samples they made, and those kids were so proud of those samples at the end of the program that they took them home and like, look what I made,
Little samples are like this big.
It was so cool.
They were like 50, 60 pounds, but they were just yanking them around, and that was really fun. And then we also did a several week, I think it was a blueprint reading class. Yeah. And that was fun to kind of see them, how they evolved through that. And I got involved part of that at the tail end, and came in and talked to them about some of the bigger commercial drawings we do. And then we actually piled in the van and went out to one of our job sites, and they got to see, firsthand what it's, oh, that's what that means. Oh, that's what that looks like off the plan.
That's what the girls I was talking to at Lighthouse were talking about, the concrete one.
Yeah.
And it was just so amazing because they were so excited. And those two girls ended up going to the Future Women in Concreting convention or a conference a few months ago. And it's just something that I'm sure at the beginning of the school year, they did not expect it in March. They'd be going to a concrete conference, but they loved it and they learned so much, which is just insane to me.
And that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
Because again, I hear all the time, no, we go into the schools and we talk to the kids, we tell them about what we do. And I'm like, but you're not connecting them. They have no connection to hearing you lecture at them about what they could possibly make when they don't see themselves in that job. They just don't see it. It's not a part of their world. You give them hands-on training. You have people like you coming in, giving supports, giving your time. It all matters to them. And then they connect themselves and go, wow, that actually wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. And I can see myself doing this now. We literally have a young man that graduated, thought he was going to become a barber because we connected him to that, continued to go through TIP, then all of a sudden found an interest in electrician. Now he works for IES. He's worked there for what, 5 weeks now, 6 weeks, and super excited about his future in that field. And that's what we want to do with this TIP program. Because we think it's one of the most important things we can do is help our young people break that poverty cycle, connect them to a real future rather than one that in a lot of ways for our kids is made up.
Yeah.
Because college is made up. Like I don't understand what job I'm going to get if I get a business degree. What does that equate to?
Almost cyclical. You start off, I don't know what I'm going to do. Let me go to college and figure out what I'm going to do. I graduate college. Now what am I going to do?
Yeah.
Well, especially today, a lot of kids are, even if they got all the brain power, they're like, not everyone's getting jobs right out of college. So it's like, I might, get out of there with flying colors, but going back to the trades, it's, you might have had this experience. Like if you do a trade, just try it. Like all of a sudden you'll figure out which kids are passionate because they'll start looking at every building, every bit of concrete and be like, oh, they didn't do this part right. They missed it here. Like for me, it was doing drywall and I'd see stress cracks coming down. I was like, oh, it's still settling here. They didn't tape this one. And then you start getting that interest in it.
Right.
And I wondered, you hear kids just like all starting, when they do those, they start breaking down like everything around them. And they're just looking at random buildings now. And you kind of see the gears turning in their head.
About everything. Sure. Yeah. Even like the bigger machinery, because they've gotten opportunities to actually drive some of these bigger machines.
I have one even as small as hair, because we do have the hair program with our TIP program. And we had a student, we did a big, beautiful program over at the Barber Lounge Barbershop. Shout out to them. They're a great shop. And we had girls coming in there watching them cut hair. And then I remember making the joke, you don't dye hair, you color hair, you dye Easter eggs. And like 3 weeks later, one of the kids was talking to their friends and she's like, yeah, I'm about to dye my hair this weekend. And the girl goes, you don't dye your hair, you color your hair. And I was just like, I mean, you're going to take that forever. You might say that when you're 40 and it's eye opening. And on top, I'm just going to add one more to be heavy handed. Like I like to be. We had a girl who her family is in the concrete business.
Correct.
And she thought that she was going to go into that business. And so she got in the TIP program, discovered that she loved doing hair. And now she's graduating from the hair school in like 2 months. And it's just like,
next month.
Yeah.
She's September.
Yeah. So it's the same as it's just so cool to see you go in one way and then you see the trade takes you the other way. Like you said, like you don't even know what you're interested in until you have the opportunity to do it.
Thing that I like about it is I think it gives kids a chance to see an opportunity that doesn't require a 4-year degree. I'm not going to discourage anybody from going to college if they want.
Exactly.
But there's a lot of great jobs out there that are in demand and pay well. And you can get on the job training, get paid while you're doing it, and have a really good, successful career.
Yeah. And again, we have some kids that go on to college. We have scholarships for them to go on to college. I went on to college. My son's in college. Of course, we're not bad mouthing that. However, the majority of the young people we serve, for one reason or another, are not college bound. Yet, as a community, and I'm going to continue to say this, we continue to talk about the poverty levels amongst young people in our community and talking about the need to break those poverty cycles. What are we doing about it? Except talking. So the TIP program is what we're doing about it for us. And again, I know there's a lot of people doing a lot of things. I can't speak on their stuff. I can only speak on what we're doing. The TIP program matters. And it is moving the needle. And now we're starting to see our kids go directly into the trades 3 years in this program. So that's what's fun.
And I think a part that's kind of unsung about the TIP program is beyond just the actual like on the site training and on the job training, they're getting certified in things. They're getting certifications and things where like they can take this certification when they graduate, take it to the construction company, take it to an electrician, be like, hey, I've been taught a little this already. You don't have to worry about teaching me this, which
Right.
just when you have competitive people trying to get that same job, you just stand up even more.
Mhm.
And you're 18 already having it. Like,
Yeah, and that's our growth area, is that pre-apprenticeship program where they're getting those certifications. And so our partners are getting ready, and we're aligning with that with the Department of Labor. And we went down and looked at a program, a youth build program in Waterloo, Iowa, and learned a lot there. And Jeremy went with me on that. And we come back re-energized and refocused to know that we don't want to continue to do what we're doing because we feel like it's too small. So our next step is that growth of this program to the certification, to the pre-apprenticeship programs, for us to truly make a difference and give these young people a leg up as they're coming out of high school.
You know, we're pretty active in workforce development, and there's just not enough people to do construction or the trades right now. And so we're trying to be proactive and creating your workforce and developing it. And, you know, the tips is a big part of that. And I think you guys have given some great examples on how kids have seen a light bulb go off or an idea and like, I can do this. And you're developing that workforce.
And that's what we're trying to do is give them options in life.
And they can start life a lot faster. A lot of times, because I know a buddy, Kean Joe Kimpson, and you know, he went to a welder, and he's got a house, he's got a wife, he's got a nice new car, and he knew that pretty early on. Like, I'm really good at this. I like doing this, and he's killing it. Like, he's making a ton of money. While we got, you know, some people are still in school if they're going long route, which again, nothing wrong with that. But I mean, if you can show a kid like that passion for it, they can, and show them like, listen, I mean, he's probably like 25 and he's got a house. Like, you can really steamroll through that early part of life. And I think a lot of kids just think, oh, the trade, it's going to take me so long to make all this money. In reality, you'll make the money a lot quicker.
Yeah. Well, and you're not going to have the debt too.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the big part.
Fortunately, going to school, you're going to have debt.
Mm-hmm.
It's rare, especially the young people we serve, even if they're college bound, they're not going to get the grants, scholarships enough to pay for everything. So even coming out with a little bit of debt is a lot.
Yeah.
When you're living in poverty.
Yeah. And I guess that kind of leads to one of my questions is how important is it to see the experience on a job application or a job resume versus the education when you're hiring in construction? I understand that the education, there's construction management degrees and stuff like that, where that's important. But if you see a kid who's actually been on the site, on the job working, does that kind of not stand out a little more?
It definitely helps.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll look at experienced candidates over non-experienced for sure. But if somebody's got the right, you know, mojo, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, you get that face-to-face interview and you can kind of tell if there's something in between the ears going on, and
the it factor.
The it factor. Yeah.
And I got to say, it makes sense of that. Why you guys, they do sponsor Takedown Tuesdays with national champion Ridge 11. When you think of wrestlers, you think of that gritty personality. It's a perfect match for in terms of sponsorship. But I want to ask you, does LPS, do they have like shop classes that are required? Or because I remember where we were at, get smaller, it's a little easier. Private school as well. We had a lot of those, like, you got to at least do this and try this out for 1 year.
No, they don't. That's not a requirement. They do have some shop classes, automotive classes. Also, LPS has TCA, the Career Academy, which is trade related. The only issue we see is it's also college bound. So because it's through SCC, so they're getting dual credits. Great opportunity, great option for students that have the ability to be college bound, if you will. So it's a great option.
It is.
We just have the young people that we serve that is not their option right now.
Right.
Now, if it grows to that and they make that connection with TIP and they start doing better in school to then have that as an opportunity, of course, we're going to support and push them that direction, because that just opens up more opportunities for them. And why wouldn't we do that? Again, to us, it's just showing different pathways for them to have different kinds of opportunities.
Which is what we have students who go to TCA and still also go to the TIP program.
Right.
We have students that go to the Career Pathways program and still come and do TIP program stuff too. And it's just,
those kids are going to be polished.
It's
into
crazy
the workforce.
how skilled some of these kids are. But like one thing that I will say is kind of tough is there's a lot of just barriers and a lot of like things you have to hit, qualifiers to hit before you can do those type of little focus programs. And a lot of our kids, be it whatever happened, may have gotten in trouble 2 years ago, and that's going to hold them back from being on it. And it could be the greatest kid in the world, but they're still not going to be able to get into that program.
That's something that I've noticed too, is when went to a smaller school, and they had a real strong industrial arts program, and you got exposed to woodworking and basic electrical and basic welding and basic small engines. And that's really helped pique my interest to stay in construction. But I don't feel like there's enough programs, curriculums, high schools that offer those industrial arts anymore. And I think that's where it needs to start personally.
Well, the problem is that when I was going middle school, that was offered.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in shop class, I'm in all these different things. It's just not a priority now because they're trying to get through the curriculums that are being brought down from the Department of Education on these are what are the requirements, the core courses, those type of things. I get that. How do we fill those gaps then? And again, that's why we started TIP, but we can't do it alone. It's great that we're doing that, but we need more people helping guide young people, giving more opportunities and options for them.
There needs to be some sort of course correction too, because like I think everyone's pretty well aware, and like you've said it multiple times, like the trades need more help. So like there's got to be like I hope someone's kind of like seeing that big gap right now, where like there's an opportunity for a lot of these young kids to step in and make decent money and work up in the ranks, because there's competition, but there's a lot of need right now. So it's not like you're going to be battling tooth and nail like the software engineer kids are. Like software engineers are hitting a reset where a lot of them are getting laid off because it blew up. The trades, you can show up every day and be a hard worker and learn. Like you're going to move up for how open it is right now. And people are desperate for hard workers.
And we have an older workforce still in the trades. And so we're going to have even more retiring and less people as an option for us as consumers to be able to call.
And you don't want all those mentors to retire before that next
you're not wrong.
Train stories.
It's a lot of knowledge, a lot of master electricians and plumbers and skilled laborers and that type of stuff.
Which I will give credit. Lincoln has a great foundation for that. For a lot of these companies like your guys is that they have classes that they're teaching people 101, introduction to tools, introduction to building, introduction to foundation stuff, where you can go to different courses that they're offering for free and learn basics. I remember Jeremy was showing me one when he first started working, and I was like, I need to probably do this. I didn't, but I need to still probably do that.
Yeah.
Well, Harrison, I think this is time for us to throw it over to our sponsors.
Link to Literacy's third annual Wordstock event will be at Antelope Park on Saturday, August 23rd from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's a community book swap festival with fun for the entire family and for all ages. Enjoy food trucks, kids activities, a reading corner with celebrity narrators, including Brian Helton, President and CEO, Director of Parks and Recreation, UNL athletes, and more. And of course, free books for all kids and adults. Go to linktoliteracy.org to get the full story and then make your plans to attend Wordstock.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in August. Try their brand new S'mores Cold Brew with graham cracker cold foam. Also try a S'mores croissant and add cake batter cream cheese to any bagel. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's. 435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Nutrition Authority invites you to check out the all-new Epic Effects. Epic Effects is designed to blast body fat, curb cravings, and provide the smooth energy to get you through the day. Home of free samples and better than internet pricing, Epic Effects can only be found at Nutrition Authority. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Advanced Medical Imaging is hosting their third annual Breast Cancer Awareness Walk on October 11th at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. Hear inspiring stories from survivors, enjoy local food truck vendors, a live DJ, and other family-friendly activities as we unite to bring awareness about breast cancer. Check-in begins at 8:30 a.m. with the walk starting at 9. Register your team today for Advanced Medical Imaging's third annual Breast Cancer Awareness Walk online at amimaging.com. Let's walk for those we've lost, for those still fighting, and for a future without breast cancer.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Against Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Against Sports at 48th and Vine.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Now back to Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Again, it's fun to be a break because we're going to have these conversations and let's lighten it up just a little bit before we get back to the nitty gritty of it all.
Heavy construction.
Yeah, heavy lifting. Humping the pans is what they call it, right?
Yeah, they do humping the pans.
I've never pumped a pan.
Yeah.
Hump the pan. You got to carry big pans that make walls, and they pour concrete down into them.
Like carrying a sheet of plywood.
I work with suspended kids.
A little heavier.
A little heavier. But, it gets you jacked. I mean, Peyton's gotten a little bit bigger because of that. So anyway, we were talking a little bit about Husker football on break here. So, Brett, I got to put you on the spotlight right now, and what do you think our record's going to be officially? I mean, you're making it official. Harrison and I have already talked about official, what we think, but I want to know what you think. And then I want to know what you think maybe one of our hiccups might be, one of our overlooked games.
Well, I'm going to say 9-3. We're going to get back to that 9-win category. And they are saying we have one of the easier schedules in the Big Ten, which I don't know if there is such a thing. I think every week's a dogfight, but
that's a great point.
The hiccup game, we were talking during break, the game after Michigan, I think we're going to beat Michigan, but I think that high is going to have a hangover and that'll probably be one we might struggle in.
In the Maryland game.
Yeah, the Maryland game.
It's tough when you get those road games and
Yeah.
environments that aren't super exciting, and it's noon. And
Yeah, the early kickoff, when you said that, I was like, yeah, that's the trap setup right there. The early kickoff is the trap.
It's like, how long has that pop been sitting in that refrigerator, and you open it up and it's just nothing. No
fish.
Yeah.
It's kind of flat.
Cincinnati could be a dogfight too. I think people are taking that one for granted, but they had 3 or 4 1-loss games last year that didn't go their way. So we know what that's like. And I think they're going to be hungry to prove something. But it's not a gimme.
The opening game is always kind of nerve-wracking because you don't know what you're coming into.
Yeah.
Well, at least we did it right this year. We didn't go to Ireland against a Big Ten opponent. I mean, I that never made sense to me as the first game.
It seems like a good trip until you see the result on the field, and you're like, I don't. And then same thing with Florida State last year. It's like, was it Georgia Tech?
Yeah,
lost to Georgia Tech, and it's like, okay. And then they followed the Nebraska curse. They came home, and then they lost to Boston College. And then Florida State, who was top 10 AP poll, immediately bounced out. And we'll see.
Who did we win? Who did we beat in the The bowl game? Who was that?
Boston College.
Oh, is that who that was?
Yeah.
I was just trying to remember.
The Island Hangover Game Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's fun for us to actually be back in the bowl and win a bowl game again. And, you can't take it lightly, but I just saw something today that people are calling us the dark horse for the playoffs, which is interesting. And I hope our team doesn't buy into that and just keeps doing the work.
Yeah.
Take care of your business. I know we have a great coaching staff. I think they're going to keep them focused, but don't buy into any of that hype right now. Just keep focused.
Well, me and Jeffrey, we're going to talk about that later tonight, but college football playoff wedding crashers, quote unquote, because now that it's 12, I mean, you can kind of go through every Power 4 conference, and like we were talking about Missouri, you might not think anything Missouri. They were 10-3 last year, but then you're like, wait a minute, they get their 6 games in a row at home, and all their toughest opponents are at home, and it's like maybe they got a shot. Again, you watch Kurt Signetti in Indiana last year, it's like, it's kind of hard to figure it out anymore.
I don't
and then,
want to say that. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. I was going to shout out Illinois too.
I was going to say
Sneaky
the other I word, Iowa looking kind of
battle of the Memorial Stadiums as well. Illinois, Indiana, Nebraska, and then Iowa. Well, I'm not going to give.
I know. I don't want to.
No,
I don't want to. But man,
no, we gave enough air time for them, so enough of that. They've reached their quota.
So why is Iowa so bad? I'm just playing. So I guess the kind of more of a fun question though I did have was, what's like one of the most complicated projects that you've personally worked on yourself?
JC Penney's.
We do some work for like LES.
Yeah.
And it's like some substations, and they have really tight specs because of all their towers and structures have to fit.
Yeah.
Anchor bolts are literally as big as your forearm and about 3 foot long, and you've got super tight tolerances on those, and those are always a little bit nerve wracking. So
can you imagine?
They have to become an engineer at that point.
Yeah.
And pouring in tight.
That's where you triple check.
So what's your funnest job? Yeah.
This isn't a word.
It is now. Most fun.
The
funnerest.
Any basic residential foundation that you can go in and knock out in a day, and it just clicks and it's smooth. And, at the end of the day, a lot of times the family comes out, mom and dad and little Billy, little Susie, and they're all standing there on the curb and just grinning from ear to ear. And, you're helping their dream come true.
He's being nostalgic. You hear this guy? I love it.
It's a nice pour. And when it's all said and done, it is nice. Do you ever do like rock finish concrete?
We've done some form liner where
it
looks like rocks.
How do you go about it? Because I won't, give out the name. We poured concrete for this lawyer once, and we rinsed the rocks off, and then we were just whipping them into the concrete.
Okay.
And I'm like, this doesn't feel
that's probably not the right way to do it. So. Yeah.
And then I think they came back later and just kind of like grinded it down. But I was like, this seems like too many steps.
No, there's liners and stamps and things that you use to make patterns like that. But
I'm not kidding. That's what we were doing.
Yeah.
That's what I thought they did.
I give my son a hard time though, because your crews have it really easy compared to when we were doing it.
They do. They don't realize that.
Man, they got power buggies. You guys have pump trucks now.
Yeah.
We literally had to wheelbarrow stuff into the holes. It was crazy.
Yeah, we had the pump trucks.
Usually muddy and dirt clods, and the boom truck to carry the forms.
Yeah, but you got the power.
Oh, the rebar tires.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
I'm like, get out of here with that. We had to like wrap it around and do it ourselves.
The time we dumped all that mulch off at the dump with you that one time, and we were watching these dudes shovel out the mulch out of their truck, and Bill just pulls up next to him and lifts his truck, and the whole thing just drops it all, and we just drive off. It's like, oh, those guys were working for like 4 hours, Bill. Like, we did it in about 4 minutes. That's kind of leads to my question though. You've been doing this for a long time. Have you seen what's one of the biggest changes you've seen since you started to what it is right now?
Yeah. Well, just for clarity, I've been doing it 46 years. It's the only job I've had.
Other than a husband,
that's a different
That's
career.
a delight. That's an honor and a privilege.
Yeah. The changes are, we've talked about them. A lot of the automation, the technology, where machinery and equipment and computers, automation have replaced labor, manpower, make it easier. You can get more done with less people.
Not to get political into it, but have you seen like AI become something that's been in your world at all a lot?
Not yet.
Not yet, but
Not
you see it
yet.
coming?
I think some of the engineering, the architecture, the drafting, that's where it's going to show up first. But out on the job site, we haven't had a lot of that yet.
Can't have a robot.
No.
That'd be kind of funny though.
Yeah.
Yelling at a robot.
Me and my daughter playing this video game where robots were taking over the world, and I told her, you need to turn this off. It's kind of scaring me because we're too close to that right now. But
no, the reasons for trades though, I think that's probably AI is going to be I mean, are you an accountant or are you in the trades doing electrician? Like AI is probably going to take the accountant over before a lot of those trade jobs. A little bit better job security. At least me, I'm not a professional, but to take a wild swing at it, it's probably a lot easier to crunch numbers with AI than doing physical labor.
Oh, for sure.
Programs now, the QuickBooks, even nowadays, you just all the accountant is doing is copy and pasting, and then I'm sure the computer can do that soon.
Well, I mean, CPAs, I mean, you can go out now and buy what they're using for your taxes. I mean, it's right there. It'll tell you, walks you through everything.
Well, I know I use the AI a lot with what my work is, and we make worksheets for the kids, and we can make it so it's individualized and like specific to this one kid. But the second like I start getting a little bit too like I get kind of nervous. I'm like, okay, this could take over. This ain't just for
AI,
this.
AI kind of scares me a little bit.
Should.
When will the robot become smarter than the human? Like, I don't need you.
I've seen these movies.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I mean, over and over, and here we are now living it.
It's coming true.
Yeah.
So
because if something can truly learn, how can you put the genie back in the bottle?
Yeah.
But what they have to do is make sure that the way it's communicating is English.
Yeah.
Even though it's going to slow down AI, they need to make sure that's the way it's communicating, so we can understand how it's getting to these conclusions. If they just let it kind of go,
have its own language,
willy nilly, and that's kind of what it is right now. It's just figuring out all by itself. Like that's, again, I'm not a professional, but I would like that part for sure to make sure that we can at least read exactly what its thought process is to get to these, and it's going to slow it down dramatically.
No, but you hear people talking about, we'll just shut it down. But if it's truly learning, it's preparing for that too. I mean,
be a self-defense mode.
I mean, that's what the video game my daughter's playing is. The AI robots started communicating in their own language virtually like this.
Oh, so you're playing that video game too? Is that what's happening?
Why you make it sound more real than the video game? I don't like that.
I think I just need to put the internet down sometimes. That's what happens when you worry too much about AI.
Jojo, if you're listening, you're not playing that game anymore.
You're grounded.
You're grounded from the game because Harrison scared me.
All right, Bill, how you want to transition off AI on this one?
Easy. So, Brett, back to you. So, over the 46 years, can you name one moment that was special to you?
That's a tough one. It really is. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, I'll let you think about it a little bit. We'll come back to the last segment, but it is something that we do with all of our partners because whether they're in the field that we're working in, we always want to know what connects you, what inspires you, what is that special moment that keeps you doing what you're doing. Like there's special moments that we come across, and I know you've captured some over the years.
Sounds kind of cheesy, but special moments are like every day, and that's kind of what keeps you running. It's like say you got to love what you do, you got to be passionate about it, and when your plan or your goal for the day comes together, you know you've been successful.
Who was your mentor? Who was the person that?
Well, Bob Stevens, one of the company founders, was. So cool. And we're back when I started, we were I think there was like 18 people in the company, and so he was out shoulder to shoulder working with you every day. And then like say he tried to bring in good people, and we grew, and now we been in business since 1971, and we have office in Omaha, and 2 years ago we bought out a small company in Kansas City, so we have an office down there now, and we have about 260 employees. So,
and you guys do more than just concrete.
Yeah, we've evolved from flat work and foundations. Now we do gypcrete, which is a floor underlayment. We do concrete, decorative concrete, stamped concrete, concrete overlays, polishing and grinding, waterproofing and drain tile. That's something that we've always kind of prided ourselves on. We try to be opportunistic when the right situation presents itself, and it's always items that are complementary to what we already do. It's not like we're going to all of a sudden become a roofing company or an electrician. It's things that are concrete related and helps grow our business. And we try to promote from within. You've talked about career advancement, and the guys and gals that have been with us and show the initiative get the reward. And that's something we've always promoted too, is risk reward. If you are willing to take that risk, you'll be rewarded. If you're content just to be a plugger, hey, we need those guys too, but you're probably not going to get the big pay raise or the career advancement.
How often are you driving around town like, I did that, I put that part of it, and then on?
That's like every building.
I'm saying that you've been doing it for so long. How often have you redone or done the same lot again because just it's 40 years later? You know, has it happened often to you?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
quite a bit.
Any third generations?
Not that I'm aware of.
Not a grandparent of these buildings?
Not yet. Probably close, but yeah, we have a lot of father sons or uncle nephew type situations, and yeah.
And one of the things that if I could go back and do something different related to concrete, it would have been reinforcing our driveway and back parking lot, because it wasn't reinforced, so it got crushed with people driving up there in big trucks and stuff. But that's the one thing that I would change and make for sure that it would do it differently. So, well, we're gonna take it to break and come back for our last segment.
Looking for a fun way to give back? Join us for the 2025 Kicks for Kids Nebraska Fun Run Walk, presented by Pinnacle Bank, on Saturday, August 23rd at James Arthur Vineyard. Enjoy a scenic 5K through beautiful grounds. Every step helps provide shoes to kids in Lincoln and Lancaster County schools, with options for adults, wine included, and kids. Registration fees include a t-shirt, medal, and bag. Sign up today and make a difference at kicksforkidsnebraska.org.
When you're outdoors beneath Nebraska skies, adventure comes in all sizes. From quick escapes and long weekends to true off-the-grid retreats. Paddle, hike, camp, explore. Whether you have a few hours or a few days, we'll guide you to a state park or recreation area that's a perfect fit. Start your next adventure today at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
From the capital to castles, starting this December, fly nonstop from Lincoln to Orlando with service from Breeze Airways. That's right, nonstop flights to Orlando out of LNK are starting this December. You're now just a flight away from Disney World, Universal Studios, Legoland, and the Space Coast. Stretch out and relax on Breeze with complimentary family seating. Book your magical getaway now at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
There are great Mexican restaurants all over town, but there is one that is especially worth the drive from any part of town. Tacos Los Hermanos at 70th and Havelock. Cool off this summer with a delicious horchata or other special drinks. And grab one of their famous taco boxes for a group of friends or coworkers to enjoy, full of birria tacos and many other options. Don't forget their great desserts like tres leches, flan, and cheesecake. Get to Tacos Los Hermanos for lunch or dinner today at 70th and Havelock in Lincoln.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
Welcome back, race fans, to the finish line every Sunday night. I'm James Rowland. Join Bree Marie and me every Sunday from 7 to 8 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket FM or theticketfm.com for the finish line. All the latest news for local and national motorsports, all in one place. 93.7 The Ticket FM.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Now back to Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. And Brett, so we always ask, how has this felt so far?
Just like talking to you any other normal day of the week. So it's been pretty easy.
And quick.
And very quick. Yeah.
Well, I gave you a question, and I said we're going to revisit it this last segment. So you said the light bulb came on. So tell us about that.
Yeah. You asked me what my aha moment was or special moment memory, and it's taken me a while to realize it, but it's probably when we started our employee stock ownership plan called the ESOP, which basically makes everybody, all the employees and the owner or the company owners. Our tagline is we have an owner on every project, and it's true, we do. And they're automatically enrolled. They don't have to put any money into it, but it's taken me a while to realize that it was a really big move, that when they started it, it kind of guaranteed that the company will be ongoing and perpetual. It's not like a lot of construction companies, when the owner retires, they have an auction and they sell out, everybody goes home. We're going to keep going, and you can retire, have a nice balance for retirement from your ESOP. Company puts profits in every year. I think last year we put in $1.5 million, and that adds up pretty quick.
Yeah.
And it's taken a while, but a lot of the guys that have been in it now get it, and they're a little more conscientious about, well, let's not waste that 2x4. Let's reuse it. Let's pick up that scrap. Let's not order 10% overrun. Let's cut it down to a 5% overrun on our orders. And
they become part of the legacy of Stevens and Smith too.
Yeah.
That just speaks on when you let somebody be a part of it and make them feel like they're actually a part of the community, part of the actual, the building of the business. They're going to put more work into it. They're going to think about what's the best for the company. Also, it
sounds restorative.
Yeah. It's what we do. It's what you do with kids. It's just, when they believe and they know that you believe in them, or they don't think you're faking it,
they're
going to start making it. It's awesome. It shows you the community impact.
You said you're going to rap. Keep going.
I told you. Okay, we're going freestyle. Harrison, drop the beat. No, but I guess that kind of does lead to my question though. Community impact is what we do. It's kind of what my basis for what I'm doing with ASP this year, and it's what Lighthouse is all about. How important is it to make sure that the community still thinks of the company as a good company, that they can turn to it, and besides how good of work you do, but how much you actually are a part of the community? How important is that?
I think it's really important. We take a lot of pride in that. We don't take it lightly, but we're responsible for putting food on people's tables. Literally. We're responsible for them to have a house or buy a car, and that's a big part of what we do is supporting families and
community agencies.
And community agencies. Yeah.
I mean, we're proud partners of Stevens.
Well, you're part of our company family too, Lighthouse. So I mean, it ties together.
Now, how important is it though for come nonprofits like TIP, the community, and making sure that the kids are learning about these skills that they don't know? How important is it for their families to see that the kids that their son is looking into construction? Maybe dad is not even a construction worker, but he sees, oh, little Jimmy wants to get in construction. How important is that?
I think it's pretty crucial. I think that, sometimes there's a tendency to give up on youth. They're never going to amount to anything.
Right.
And if somebody shows an interest in that and all of a sudden they get a spark and show some interest, that now maybe the parent or the guardian is more likely to, hey, let's check this out. If you want to do it, let's go do it.
Yeah.
And
maybe can open up their eyes to another possibility for even the parents.
Yeah.
One thing I've noticed a lot lately is we have a lot of kids working with their parents outside of home. Like they get jobs with mom and dad. And I think sometimes that's taken for granted. Like the kid might not know the skills just because mom knows the skills, but if they they learn with TIP, and then they can come bond with mom and bond with dad because they actually learned the skills somewhere else than necessarily from mom and dad.
Yeah.
Sometimes learning it from somebody else makes you matter even more, I think.
So
do you guys have sorry to interrupt, but do you have connections with some businesses where it's like, hey, we got some kids who are interested. Do you mind if they job shadow? So job shadow is always a fantastic way. It's like you spend a whole day there, and
it's a requirement for school LPS.
And a lot of kids come to us to help find the people to do that, because kids these days aren't they're not cold calling, they're scared to walk up to anybody. So we're the ones be like, hey, we have 4 people here and they're going to do that. And so for you kids listening, if you need help getting those take charge hours, Lighthouse has you.
Yep. And we have lots of connections in the community.
That's one thing that we do pride ourselves on, is nobody really says no to Lighthouse because they know we're still trying. Like there's not a negative to helping.
And I'm not sure they can say no. No, right, Brett?
Yeah. Tough to say no to Bill. Bill's a big guy. He can be intimidating. So.
Oh, yeah. I'm persuasive.
There you go.
I use my woo.
There you go.
On why say no when you can say yes?
It works. I'm showing up to the banquet on August 22nd.
Exactly.
So
hey.
You know what? 2-0, at least
I'll
in
be
this
there
show.
too.
Instead of using little Jimmy, shouldn't we be using little Harrison?
Yeah.
What was it I already got a job in a career. So. One more question before we get out of here. This one's for Brett. Just advice for young people who are curious about the trades. Like, what would you recommend to do? Whether they go on a job shadow, whether they, just check it out online first. What would you say to kids who are curious, maybe just peeking in the door right now?
Don't be afraid to give it a shot. Like I say, just take a peek at it. You never know what's going to be cool about it. I was lucky because I knew at a very young age I was going to be in construction. It's been my life goal the whole time. But there's always somebody there that's willing to take that extra time to talk to you about it. But you don't know that until you reach out. You got to be willing to take that first step and reach out to somebody and just start that communication.
Well said. Communication.
It's like what Pete says, be a squeaky wheel.
Brett, appreciate you coming on today.
Thank you for asking.
Appreciate you being a beacon of light and support for the community. And again, I challenge everybody out there, be a beacon for somebody.
Happy 35th Lighthouse.